This film I put together, you think, why is Graham going down this route? Well, it's because my grandfather was in the First World War, and I saw this advert. He was in the Royal Horse Artillery. I thought, I've got to go, because these people are doing a sort of recreation, if you like, and explaining some of the equipment used with the horses of the Royal Horse Artillery. It was with the Royal Logistics Corps in Hampshire. I'm a Hampshire man myself. I had to go there, and this is what I found out. The first thing was how to get some food if you're in the army.
What it was called?
This is a Sawyer stove.
A Sawyer?
Sawyer, yeah. But,
as in Sawyer sauce, type of Sawyer?
No,
SAW?
Alexis Sawyer, yeah. So you got, basically, if you look inside, you got, well, that's where the fire would have gone.
Yep.
So let's put a bit of wood in there. That's where it's been.
Yep.
But then basically goes inside. It's this big drum.
Oh,
as big use as I've been at the moment.
Yeah, I got you. I don't.
Right. No, that's fine. That's fine. What I do. So basically, it was designed more for making soups and stews. Yeah.
Stews. I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah. So you got your little handles to actually. So you lift that out.
Can you imagine carrying that when
probably
it's boiling?
Two of you would probably don't know how heavy it would have been. But that's how it works.
And that would be lowered in the top.
Yeah, and that's the one it's mostly used for. And it was last used more when soldiers were using them for hot water, mostly for hot water.
Really?
In the end, yeah. I mean,
they'd have been invented or made.
There was Crimea.
Crimea.
There's actually a display inside the museum about it.
Yeah, and then ash comes out the bottom. I can see.
That's your vent.
Oh,
so you got a vent.
Your vent to get it rolling.
So yeah. And that's it.
Oh, you fill from there.
Yeah, that's it. And when you put the wood squad, you've got a lid, because we've been using a frying pan on it, so it's not really designed for a frying pan. But then you've got your chimney at the back.
Brilliant, yeah. A nice piece of equipment, yeah, and heavy as well.
Yeah.
More horses to carry it all.
Yeah, no problem.
Well, apparently a donkey can carry two at a time.
Is that what they reckon?
They're quite light, yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. Something different, isn't it?
Yeah.
But basic, efficient, does the job. And
yes, that's
typical
it.
sort of military
right,
idea.
Yeah.
Does it work? Yes. Don't. If it's not broke, don't mend it. Type of situation. Yeah.
And that's why the army still use them.
They were using them in the Falklands, and they actually lost their main supply. Went down on the Atlantic conveyor.
Oh no, really?
Yeah. So there's quite a lot of them at the bottom of the Atlantic.
Yeah, they had a lot of them Kuwait when they were over there.
And again, they'd used it for boiling water over there with a bit of cooking of stews.
Mostly, yeah.
It would have been run off with gas, colour gas or whatever.
Yeah.
And it would be for hot water.
But so you got this. The guys are up there fighting, right?
Yeah.
We've already been told that they got First World War days rations. Now they got MREs, right? So they got the. When were they? Did they come back from the front line for this type of cooking of food?
Yes, yeah.
It's not going to be a front line job, is it?
If you ever watch the film Zulu, there's actually when they're talking about putting the fires out.
Yeah.
It's actually two of these sat there in the film.
Really?
So if you ever watch it, yeah.
That was interesting, guys. Thank you very much.
That's right. No
I'm
problem.
now going to take the sausage sandwich that was allegedly cooked on there.
It was cooked. It was definitely cooked on there.
It's got copyright. It's got the War Department stamp on it, like the hooves.
We just got a bit quiet, so we haven't.
We got no other means of cooking.
There we go. Thank you very much. That's interesting. All a bit of fun, isn't it?
So this strange-looking creature with a propeller underneath it, and yet if you look underneath it, it's also got a differential and wheels. So what's this all about? This is what is known as a duck. It's World War II in popularity, I would say. It's a 6-wheel amphibious vehicle used for transporting goods, ammunition and troops over both land and water. So what you're looking at is basically, other than it's called the crispy duck, it's a utility vehicle for carrying things, but it goes on land and drives straight down into the water. And these vehicles, strange as they may look, were very, very effective and played a pivotal role in the success of the Allied troops. I actually had one, I'm sure. Look at that flap. I think that comes down there, surely. I had one as a kid, I think. Not this size, no, not this size. A small one. Was it a dinky toy or something like that? As maybe you guys out there remember Dinky Toy the Duck? No, don't pull the pin, Graham. Please don't pull the pin. It will go off bang. Basically, this vehicle was an adaptation of the 2.5-ton CCKW military truck, and that was built in World War II for battle. And down where I was, the Royal Logistics Corps, their mission was to keep the army moving, keep them supplied with ammo and deploying supplies really wherever they were needed. So you can see there's even an anchor in it, and my goodness, wouldn't this make a great fishing boat with all those railings around the edge? I could clamp rod holders and everything in there. I guess there's underneath deck space there as well, looks like hatches. So that's a weird looking vehicle, goes on land and water. And I saw that down at the RLC Museum, and the RLC motto is "We Sustain." So that means supplying. They keep the army going, keep them moving. Without bullets, ammo and food, there wouldn't be much of an army, would there? They'd run out. So there you go.
So I've got a Vickers machine gun. Would this be an earlier one?
This is 1916.
Yeah.
So very early one. This, you look at the number, 3844.
And are they water cooled? I know nothing.
Yes, yeah. It's basically a water cooled 303 medium machine gun. They were technically a heavy machine gun early on, but
yeah,
it's really classed as a medium, certainly since the Second War anyway. But we fire 600 rounds a minute through this water cooled barrel. So you fill the barrel up here with water.
Yeah.
And when it boils away, the steam come down the tube and condensation.
See, I said to the wife, I know what that does. Yeah. That must siphon the water up there, and it's on a paddle wheel. So it's the other reverse.
Well, no, it does both. So it turns back into water. When it's boiled all dry, it creates a bit of a vacuum, and that gets sucked.
Oh, it does. It does reconstitute itself.
So it's a cycle.
Oh,
yes.
really? Oh,
so you keep it going.
I'm always amazed at these old things. How do they think of that? How can the man physically think, well, we could do this, it might work?
The engineering on it, it's beautiful. I know it's a weapon of war and you can't describe anything like that as beautiful, but the engineering is masterful.
And what is this like reliability wise in its time? Was it one prone to, or it was you run it out? And
Superb, absolutely, yeah, it really was.
Did they ever change the head of a bullet in the war, in that period? Would there be a different shape of head or anything like that for better penetration, more accuracy, or is that that's
really.
the best?
Certainly in the Second War you'd have had a tracer bullet every 5.
Yes.
Yeah, so all that does is flare up as it fires, so it's the same shape.
Is it a bullet? I've never known that. Or is it just like a flare, as it were?
It would hurt when it hit you, if
it
hit you.
Yeah.
And it would still be burning, yes, yeah. But every 5 rounds you'll see a whole line.
Yeah.
So you can see exactly where you
As in the films, you see every dots going across,
yeah. We were up in Otterburn many years ago, and we were doing a live section attack, and they were firing the Jimpies in the SF roll overheads, and they got high level sort of flares up as well, and it was just like a film set. It was
really,
it was magical. Things like that sort of stick in your mind. It was amazing to see all these things.
But this would be a 2-man job, is it? Or when it breaks down,
you'd have had
for movement, carrying around.
Behind it, you'd have the number 1's the gunner.
Yeah.
Number 2's feeding the ammo. Number 3's here with all the ancillaries, and then 4 and 5's the ammo.
Oh really? Oh, it's a team then.
And then you'd have the commanders. There'd be 6 of them.
I see. So this is linked to that then.
Yep. 600 rounds a minute, 250 rounds in a belt. So you're firing 2 belts every minute if you want to.
Wow.
So they'd be running up and down with these all day.
Feeding
long.
it, yeah.
This is British ammo. They came in these boxes. 1995 we fired 8 of these up at Purbeck range in Lincolnshire.
Yeah.
And this is Greek ammo.
Ladies and gentlemen,
got a lot of ammo.
will be arriving in just
So we
under
got a
10
lot
minutes.
of 303 ammo from the Greeks and fired it through. My wife actually fired that before it was deactivated on the range.
And
claim to fame.
And what's the recoil and stuff like that? Is there a big recoil on these, or just absorbed by the tripod?
It is. Well, because it's feeding in, and because it's not like a Jimpy or a Brengan where you've got it in your shoulder.
Yeah.
It's just sat here. So no, there's no recoil as such to affect. I mean, you're holding that down, and burst 3 or 4. But I mean, there's no reason why you couldn't just hold that. And I was on record with these firing for a full 24 hours.
No,
non-stop.
really?
It's just unbelievable. That's the later version, 1939 model, so Second War. Exactly the same apart from
The water chamber.
cylinder, yeah.
So I mean, there's nothing to improve then in those years, really.
This is very hard to manufacture, but it's much lighter. This is just a simple thick piece
That's one
of
cylinder.
metal around, so much heavier, but it's much easier to manufacture. In the Second War, you've got much more motor transport, but if you're taking one of these over yon hill, that's the one to go for. It's lighter.
Yeah.
But other than that, they're identical.
And over there, is that?
That's a rangefinder, but exactly the same as the First War one. So basically, you wouldn't have it on a table, but you look through there, you read off on the left. The idea is you've got 2 halves of an image, and you line them up so they're parallel.
Yeah.
And then you read off the scale there. Then
Oh,
you
I see,
phone
yeah.
up, tell the gunner exactly what bearing to fire on and the range. And away they go.
On this one,
Yeah.
so nothing to do with the artillery,
No,
just off of this to give you a range.
No reason why you couldn't use it for artillery, but this is specifically for the guns, yes. for
What
these
distance
guns.
would they be looking at back then? I know it's trench warfare and stuff, but what,
See
200 or
yon-
300 yards?
Yon field over there,
Yeah.
the brown one, see the hedge line?
Yeah,
Perfect.
really? Good lord. Good, well, that must be hard more than half a mile away.
Oh gosh, yeah, easily. Yeah. But more than that, they'd fire over that hill. You knew you got 1,000 Huns lining up, waiting
Yeah.
for an attack. You
could
knew
go over
they
the
were
top.
there. You just raise it up on that correct bearing, know the distance.
And that's what all this
and
is
you
for,
just,
yeah.
just literally fire it right over their heads, and it's not you're not going to fire every bullet through the same hole. It's
Yeah.
You'd
spray it somehow,
Yeah, so
yeah,
you've got
yeah.
a big envelope there. Yeah. So I mean, it's
So this is a
genius.
sight for the visual gunner, closer range I'm guessing,
Yeah.
and then the range finders for anything
That's
long.
This later one would have had a much more complicated dial sight.
Yes,
So
yeah.
Far more accurate than these. But yes, but other than that, that would just flip down. You'd use the dial sight because it's more accurate.
And what you got one there, but it looks smaller than the one that gentleman on the horse was showing us. So,
This is a little carbine, so this is a cavalry.
that's what it's
soldiers.
for. That's why it's smaller.
Lee Metford. This is what, see the date? 1898.
1898, really,
A
wow.
Boer War weapon.
And that'd be ash or something, would it be? Or they make it out of years
Made
ago?
out of all sorts, but beautiful wood.
Yeah, it's just nice to see the old wood, isn't it?
Yeah.
Again,
But this was turned into a 410 shotgun after the Home Guard had finished with it in 1944.
so that's why, in my era, I was born in 51, a 410 was a kid's gun, not a shotgun.
gun, a rat
Yeah,
gun,
a starter shotgun, I'm calling it.
They
That's why it looks shorter.
Well, it
that's-
wasn't shortened to make it a shotgun. It was short because it's a carbine.
It's a cavalry one, yeah.
He got the 303 in a
I saw that, it's much bigger,
but
isn't
to
it?
actually get that out,
Yes.
it's quite hard. It's much longer than this.
So I'm
It's
going to
a-
call that is a cavalry
that's a
gun.
cavalry
Yeah,
weapon, yeah.
which then was the instigator for the 410 shotgun of my era in the 50s, probably.
Well,
the
the
popularity of it.
The 410s were bad, but it was just reamed out just a bit bigger
Yeah,
to make it a 410, and then they would take that because the 410 cartridge is virtually the same size as that, you see.
oh, I see, yeah,
So
yeah.
it would fit in the chamber quite nicely. Yeah.
And that would take 6 in there, or in the clip.
Comes out, you get 10 in there.
Get 10 in there, yeah. Do they go side by side?
Yeah, yeah.
Because I can't see 10, right?
Yeah.
They go side by side.
Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant.
That's why. But it's a lovely
It looks nice.
It is.
'Cause, yeah,
Because in effect, they'd stick them up on top of the parapets, so they only have sandbags in.
Oh, of course, yes,
trenches
yeah,
down
yeah,
there,
yeah.
So they're firing over your own trench.
Yeah.
But yeah, an easy target then, isn't it? So you'd want as much of this stuff around you as possible.
That's brilliant. Thank you very
And
much for that,
everything
yeah.
else, but yeah, lovely.
I'm loved. I'll tell you what, those boots are something else. I wouldn't want to buy a new pair of those.
I've
Leather like that,
just
my
had
God.
them resoled and patched.
Really.
So they need a lot more.
And they're
polish
old
on.
ones?
Yes.
Not
yes.
that era, but are they? Or are
They're
they?
old riding boots. They're about 60 years old.
60 years ago, you can see by the leather, they're not, yeah, lovely quality.
So they are. They're beautiful.
Supple
yes.
as well, I imagine. They've been worn in.
Yes. Yes.
Brilliant. Oh, thank you very much. It's
My
interesting.
pleasure.
Yeah, thank you.
for coming. We hired these guns in 1980.
This is the ammunition cart then. See it? Oh, Vickers Machine gun. Yeah.
You can do it at 2 o'clock. Oh.
Well, there you go, it's something a little bit different, and that was a whole day I spent filming there, including the horses of the Royal Horse Artillery, cannons, the museum, loads of stuff. And if you guys like that type of thing, I'm going to do my fishing on a Friday. It's not like I'm stopping fishing, but just for the midweek ones, if you like to have a bit of entertainment midweek, let me know in the comments page if you want some more of these. I have got stacks. Talking of stacks, we've been stacking some things up, round silver things, and shooting them. Yes, I've been down with Mike in his woods doing some plinking, a great bit of father and son time, and we had a ball.
One of those days we don't know what to do. Look at this. There's the view. I mean, it's just, as we're shooting this, we will in a minute. See across there, it's just constant drizzle all day. It's been windy, it's been a horrible, horrible winter, horrible spring. We're hoping it's going to get good. What we're going to be using, right folks, are these things. Mike's doing his vlog for his channel, The Life of Mike. Shotguns.
Just saying, Dad, look at the garlic's just coming out now.
Yeah, it'll be another 2 weeks, won't it?
In 2 weeks, this will be a sea of white and a sea of purple.
Yeah, mixed together. It'd be worth coming up. I did drive up once just to photograph it.
It's brilliant. When it's
when it
peak,
comes
if you
out.
get it right, it's about a week you've got window, a 2 week window when it's perfectly out, but you need the weather.
Yeah, and now, just so people know, you don't eat the garlic when it's in full flower. You eat it like now, wouldn't you?
Really, 2 weeks ago is when it's the freshest, freshest before it flowers. Because what's happening now in the bushcraft science world is all that energy from the plant that was going into the leaf is now going to the flower. So actually, this will be really, really strong, punchy garlic flavour because it's the energy is being pumped to there. Yeah. So it's using the leaves now, kind of just getting the sunlight to go to here. Yeah. So the bulb now would not be great in terms of nutrition, the value you get from it. The nutrition is coming out into the flower, but you'd still get like the nutrition from the leaves. But I can smell it just from treading.
Yeah, I can.
Here.
Even just breaking it.
And people worry. They always say, "Oh, you know, obviously don't tread on the garlic leaves as you go through it." It's a bulb. It comes back every year. Yeah. We've walked all over this. Jax has trampled it. Deer and animals trample it like this, like I've done here. Yeah. And it will grow back every year because bulb plants are really, really strong. Hardy, Hardy. Yeah. But you know, with bluebells, obviously it's illegal to uproot and move bluebells. Yeah. In the UK under the
some act or other.
Wildlife and Countryside Act. I can't remember what it is. In the 1980s.
Someone will tell us, don't worry.
But it's illegal to uproot them and move them. But people obviously, you know, walking on them, they're a really pretty flower. I try not to walk on them when they are flowering now. Yeah. I try not to walk on the bluebells because they're pretty. I like looking at them. Yeah. But they are so hardy. The bluebells, you could in theory trample all over them.
Oh, they're a sign of ancient woodland.
Yeah, they're an ancient woodland indicator. In theory, you could walk all over them, but they're a very hardy plant. They will grow back every year. But the flower you would destroy, which would be a shame, and that's why I don't tend to walk on them.
So what we're going to do, folks, is it's an experiment. It's a totally awesome experiment. I've made a piece of wood. Well, I haven't made a piece of wood. I found a piece of wood.
The wood made itself.
The wood made itself. Cans, all lightly screwed together in a line, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ha ha ha. Tommy Cooper does it that way. He counts that way. Drills holes through there to stake in to the ground. I want to see, and we always argue about this, which is better, because obviously you've got rodent control. Which is better? Is it the 2.2 or the 177 air rifle?
I like the 177.
You like 177 because it's more accurate?
I feel it just cuts through the air a bit better, the smaller pellet. There's less like wind drift or whatever you'd call it. Yeah. It gets less affected by the wind, I feel. But the stopping power of a 2.2,
a little bit bigger pellet.
The blunt force trauma, I think it has better. You know, if you're a bit more of a wayward shot, I guess you'd get away with killing the game.
Don't say that about me. So what I want to see is with a 2.2 at close range, will it go through 1 can, 2 can or 3 cans before it loses energy? And the same will a 177. Now I'm going to say, in my experience of removing squirrels and other unsavouries, rodents etc, that the knockdown power of the 2.2 is good at closer range, but of course then you've got to get close to things. So I'm figuring there'll be a bigger entry and exit point from a 2.2 pellet than there will be from 177. But all the target shooters, they use 177 almost exclusively now, don't they?
Tend to.
Just for accuracy.
Yeah.
So we're going to have a plink on 110 just to see, give us an idea.
There you go.
All humans feel better when they see this flame.
Yeah.
And hear that popping sound. Cans of Guinness.
Yeah.
I mean, if anything, it's best when it's wet like this to get a good fire going, isn't it?
Yeah,
You know,
that's why I'm just building it up.
Due to the rain, folks, we're going to have a go shooting from inside. It's just a regular spring mine, break barrel, 2.2. Mike's is PCP 177.
Walther Rotex RM8 is my...
You say Walther, there we go.
Walther Rotex RM8. It's a good one. I do like it actually. It's a good one. Not sponsored, by the way. I did pay for this.
Yeah, no, that's
Much as Dad's jaw would hit the
no,
floor.
I paid for mine £99 he charged me.
Did he?
Yeah, £1 discount. I think it was lovely, generous. Not from Grant, hasten to add.
Right. Test shot after 3 years. Wow, Dad, I can tell you've been shooting with this. The diopters.
Is it? Oh yeah. You got the prescription sight there.
Hold on.
The strobe effect comes as an extra, guys. It's because we got these lights up. It's
yeah.
Anybody who suffers from epilepsy, look away now.
Right. No one coming.
Now, mine didn't knock it over. I've already done one shot. It's gone through it.
I've got to get this focus on.
We see two things. A, can Mike hit it? B, will it knock the can over or will it go clean through? He could blow that can clean off.
Let's see, ready? Straight through the middle.
I reckon that's gone straight through. We're going to have a look. Have a look at both of them. Fire's going well, guys.
Right, it's miserable weather.
Why? It's shocking weather.
Glorious.
Can't fish, can't do any loggy tid stuff.
Look at that.
So there's Mike's hole there.
Straight through.
Straight through and out the other side.
You have a bigger exit.
And the 2.2, they're pretty similar actually, I would say, aren't they? Even the exit wounds. Maybe yours is a tad clean on exit there.
I don't know.
Is mine more ragged?
No, mine's more ragged. Yeah, yours is actually.
That was mine more ragged there.
We are
yours
at
is
a closer
cleaner.
range.
Yours is cleaner. But we'd have a couple more just.
Right.
I put that there to stop it flying off. But what I've built, guys, is this. It's the test. The special test kit. I've drunk 14 gallons of soup to get this lot. Here. I won't say which make because they're really expensive now and I just get the supermarket brand. They're not the same soups. That was by the stain on the inside. Vegetable soup, mushroom soup, chicken soup, all sorts of soup. Oxtail, squirrel tail. But there you go. It's got them screwed down on this board. I want to see at close range. Can we get through at least 3 tins with either the 2.2 or the 177?
So, do we have a kettle? Do you have a kettle? Do you want to? Oh no, you only a little bottle of water because I've got more small.
I've got a whole bottle of water. I don't know what kettle you got. I didn't bring a kettle.
I've got a small one. It's down here. Where is it? I need a good old sorter. This would take enough for 2 cups, but I don't have.
Yeah,
a cup.
I've got a cup of soup.
I don't know if I've got a cup actually.
You ought to leave some up here on a hook somewhere.
Cups, yeah. Yeah, there's a kettle.
Yeah, drink it straight out there. Put the soup in there. Nearly knocked it over.
It's so accurate.
Is it? You can see the scope. It's near the top. I just see a tiny dot.
Exactly where I was aiming.
Do you want me to put my 2.2 through the same hole you've just
Yeah,
made?
go on.
Have the monopod, bipod, tripod, whatever you call it. Actually, when you even look at that, I've got a rescue down there. That's one of those little bags they have, isn't it?
Yeah. Bloody hell, yours has a real kick to it, doesn't it?
Well, it's just noisier, but I sort of feel with a 2.2 on that distance is better for knockdown for rodent control.
Yeah.
That's I generally feel that, you know.
It's the stopping power it has, yeah.
So we're just going to try one more single can at distance and see if the pellet goes through or just plinks it over.
Okay, here we go. Left hand can.
Yeah, left hand can for you. If you can, get it? Can.
Right, hold on. Okay.
I reckon it should knock it over yours.
I'm going to give it a bit of
centre, or are you going
height.
to go for high?
No, I'm going to go a bit higher. Oh, do you know?
Too high.
That was
too high. I think that was too high. I saw it hit the lead.
Velocity in that. Okay, this should get it then.
Got it.
Yeah.
I heard the pink, right? That's a good. That first one you went, you allowed for drop.
So
you can see why.
Mil dot on the scope.
But you see why they use it target shooting, because there wasn't that fall on it, was there?
No, it cuts through.
You allowed for fall, and there wasn't a fall.
So Dad's going for the distance can. We've just put 2 cans out at about 35 yards, I reckon. Dad's going for the right hand can.
I don't know.
You guys can't see this at the moment, but we're going to put cameras there. You'll hear it probably.
Nothing moves focuses. It's like a fixed focus. It's all blurred. The can's blurred.
Just keep focusing. Is your focus on the front? No, it's on the back. Keep moving it and it will focus.
I'm going for it.
I heard it.
Hit it, but didn't knock it out over, did it?
Should we have a look?
So we're going to have a look, see what the damage report at. Well, quite a lot of distance. That kettle's going nearly, isn't it?
I'm in green.
This is what most schoolboys of the 50s would be doing.
Yeah.
Of my era, would be out on a horrible day thinking, what can we do today? So there's Mike.
It went through the top.
We went through one and out the back. You cleared it.
And out the back there.
So that's the entry, that's the exit. Yeah, that's surprising. Well, there you go, look. Mine's knocked it over.
But did it not penetrate? Did it
No,
not
it didn't penetrate,
I
no.
thought it would definitely go through.
No, not there's the impact point.
Wow. No. I reckon that's to do with the pressure on my canister compared to your brake barrel. The spring, I think.
So it shows you, this is what we were saying, I still think at close range, if you're really close range, the 2.2 is more powerful. But we're talking spring versus PCP, and what you say, if you had a 2.2 PCP, there might be a whole different animal.
It'd be really powerful. PCP is definitely going to be more powerful, I think, than your spring loading one.
So what we're going to do is we'll set these rows of cans up, which are screwed up, closer, much closer, because we now know the distance they go through. Look, you can tell they plaster the tin on the exit wounds. Yeah, Puffin Billy's going.
It actually is.
We'll just put it off to the side for now.
Put it there.
We can come back and put it on the coals, can't we?
Yeah.
If we try it on the cans first, and then we'll have a cook up. I think that's the thing to do.
Do you want to just say to my camera what this is? Right.
I reckon it's going through 3, no more than 3.
I reckon it's going through the lot.
No.
So I have to aim quite high for it to go through all of them at the back. Ready?
Yeah, whatever.
Okay. I'm going to aim slightly high. Third can. Is a wood louse in that, the poor bugger? 3 cans.
I said that 1/3.
2, 3.
And there.
And there's the dent. There's the dent in the 4th there. If you twist that round. Dad's turn.
It's all blade, but I was actually aiming at something silver and it was the camera. Right.
Ready? How many did I go through? 3. 1 can, 2 cans. No,
no, it didn't. No.
Stopped on the 3rd, so mine actually went through.
Through more.
Yeah.
So it is high velocity yours.
Yeah, but look at the
look at the
the
hole it's made there.
For a little air pellet.
You almost get your little finger through there.
This one's a big one.
Wow, that's some damage. That is one dead rat.
Yeah, you can see what it would do to them.
Yeah. So I shall stick with the 2.2.
Yeah.
And the rodents better watch out. Anything, if they're 25 yards away, they might be safe. Like a ping. Right, let's have a cup of tea.
Yeah.
Hot enough, you think?
Yeah, I think we're good.
Jesus.
Definitely hot enough.
Notice the bushcraft spin. So that they're all covered. You give them a good shake around. I think you have to hold that. Oh yeah, let's go for it.
I'm like some sort of Gordon Ramsay chef. Makes me look like I know what I'm doing.
I can't even find the cans.
That is us two done for the day. We are going to be looking for some grey squirrel on the way back. If we see any, we'll record it. But it's all part of our woodland management that we do up here anyway, because I'm trying to, you know, in small areas just manage the woodland without over managing it, but just keeping on top of everything. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it.
Bit of fun, a bit of father and son fun.
Yeah.
Why not?
Exactly.
Well, there you go. A great bit of fun was had by all except the tin cans and probably the squirrels. I actually got a squirrel in the garden today on the feeders, starting to get closer and closer. Wanted to go in the garage, wanted to chew all my wiring up so it burns out. No, they get moved on. Okay, we'll see you in the next one. Let me know, as I say in the comments page, if you like these type of little films, filler films during midweek. It just gets you through the week a little bit, I think, doesn't it? We'll see you in the next one. Hit the subscribe button. TA Fishing, TA Outdoors. We'll see you in the next film.